So while Asdin Owaisi says that Muslims living in India, the situation is similar like Jews living under Hitler's regime, Farooq Abdullah on the other hand has made another controversial comment saying he's afraid for his life in India. Says he's afraid that he can be shot or stabbed any time. Following Asdin Owaisi's remark and the entire controversy, now Farooq Abdullah has made an appalling series of comments along similar lines, claiming he also feels afraid in India. And as the reason for this, the NC patron claims is a rampant hate campaign against Muslims perpetuated by the BJP government. He spoke to Times Now and said that he is afraid he could be shot or stabbed at any point and that there are lynchings along with Muslims being forced to shave their beards and chant Jai Shri Ram.
असदुद्दीन ओवैसी की तरफ से एक स्टेटमेंट आया। उन्होंने स्टेटमेंट कहा आज मुसलमानों की हिंदुस्तान में हालत वही है जो ज्यूज की हालत थी हिटलर के दौर में। क्या आप एग्री करते हैं?
इसमें कोई शक नहीं है, डर है। आपने खुद देखा किस तरह लिंचिंग करते हैं, आपने खुद देखा किस तरह दाढ़ियाँ काटते हैं और फिर कहते हैं बोलो जय सिया राम। क्या राम इन्हीं का सिर्फ था? क्या राम भगवान जो है वो इन्हीं के थे? इनकी पुस्तकों में लिखा है वो तो विश्व के भगवान है। वो माने ना माने मगर विश्व के भगवान हैं।
क्या पहली बार आपको भी डर लग रहा है सर?
हाँ, मुझे डर लग रहा है, ईमानदारी से मुझे डर लग रहा है, इसमें कोई शक नहीं।
Being a Muslim, you feel afraid?
हाँ, आई फील दैट। डर लगता है।
क्या डर लगता है?
यही कि कहीं भी कोई गोली मार सकता है आपको, कोई भी आपको छुरा मार सकता है, कोई भी आपको डंडा मार सकता है और मार सकता है। इसमें कोई शक नहीं है मुझे।
What makes you feel it is because of this BJP government?
Yeah, because of what they have, the campaigns they are doing against Muslims, and they are dividing the nation, and the youth, the hatred in the youth is growing, and it will grow on both sides. Where are we going? कहाँ जा रहे हैं? क्या हमने अंदरूनी लड़ाइयाँ लड़नी है या भारत को बचाना है बाकियों से? ये मेरा डर है।
We have Pradeep Datta joining us live on the broadcast. You spoke to Farooq Abdullah, and in that interview with you, Farooq Abdullah claims that he feels scared in India, that he could be shot or stabbed any time, and for which he blames the BJP for creating such an atmosphere.
Very unfortunate and appalling statement coming from Farooq Abdullah's side. He is simply resorting to fear-mongering during election time.
Pradeep, I'll have to interrupt you there for a bit. We have Ashok Pandit joining us on the broadcast. Ashok Pandit, Farooq Abdullah is scared for his life in India.
You see, it's a very big joke. You know, somebody who is himself responsible for the genocide and ethnic cleansing of 3.5 to 4 lakh Kashmiri Hindus from Kashmir, who is responsible for our exodus, who has ruled Jammu and Kashmir for such a long time, who has huge palace for himself, who has looted India for last so many years and led a king's life in Jammu and Kashmir and the entire country, who has been a minister, who has been the minister at the center, who has been a chief minister, who has enjoyed his life in this great country of ours, is shamelessly now saying that he's afraid of being exposed now. See, they have done so much of wrong in their lives while being in power that they are afraid that the law of the land will now act against them. None of them spoke a single word when Owaisi's brother, Akbaruddin Owaisi, shouted and screamed on the stage saying that you just remove the police force for 10 minutes and we will see how Hindus will be alive in this country. Did he say that? Why was Owaisi silent then? Why was Farooq Abdullah silent then? So these people now are basically insecure with the power of Narendra Modi, the power of nationalism, the power of oneness, the power of secularism in this country.
All right.
They're afraid, and that's why they're trying to, they're trying to create a kind of fear in this country. But people are very intelligent. People have destroyed the Tukde gang. People have destroyed the anti-nationals of this country. And now exactly this is what is going to happen to Mr. Farooq Abdullah and his entire gang.
Okay, Ashok Pandit, stay on with us. We also have former DGP of Jammu Kashmir, SP Vaid, joining us. SP Vaid, how do you respond to Farooq Abdullah's statement? He says there's an atmosphere of fear created by the current establishment. There are anti-Muslim campaigns happening. And he also says that he is in fact scared for his life, that somebody will shoot him or stab him.
It's very ironic that somebody who has been Union Minister of the Government of India for the whole country, and 3 times chief minister, who is so highly protected, would be scared of getting shot. Imagine the fate of a person who is not protected, who doesn't have a PSO. People in this country are standing up for truth, standing for nationalism, standing for the Bharat's culture, Bharat's past. I don't think this is a statement should have come from a person of Dr. Farooq Abdullah's background. I'm really surprised.
All right, SP Vaid, thank you very much for speaking to us, and thank you to Ashok Pandit as well. Let's go back to Pradeep Datta. Pradeep, unfortunate statement. That's the reaction coming in from SP Vaid, the former DGP of Jammu and Kashmir, and Ashok Pandit, in fact, saying that this is coming in from someone who has been accused of the entire genocide that happened in Jammu Kashmir. Not just him, others as well, but he has often faced these allegations.
In fact, if you talk to the common Kashmiri right now, they will say they feel more secure in Jammu and Kashmir what they used to feel earlier, because there is no terror-related incident. Stone pelting has come to screeching halt. Youngsters are not joining the terror rank, and mothers are feeling happy. No more there are tears in there. But unfortunately, Farooq Abdullah is resorting to fear-mongering. He's saying that he's scared of living in present India. He can be stabbed, he can be shot at, or he can be bludgeoned to death. That's what actually he's saying. So, but unfortunate thing, rightly said by SP Vaid, the former DGP, because he's the someone who has been enjoying the luxurious lifestyle. He had been thrice the chief minister, he had been the union minister. Right now he has got the Z++ security, and he can move freely from one place to another. And today, if he is campaigning in different nooks and corners of Jammu and Kashmir, it is because of the secure atmosphere that is being provided. I asked him one more question. Can't you give credit to BJP for at least one thing? For the first time, there is no poll boycott call, because these people had been entering parliament by getting only 8% of vote. That is what actually they had been loving and enjoying, because they know the majority of the people will not be voting for them. So they always loved that kind of an atmosphere. Modi has been able to create an atmosphere that is safe and secure. He had been able to provide the safe and secure spaces for the youngsters there in Jammu and Kashmir. Talk to the youngsters on the ground and you will find a kind of a change at any given point of the time. Jammu and Kashmir that was known as a terror capital now is being seen as a tourism capital, and there is economy has got a flip. But unfortunately, there is no difference between the statement. Look at Owaisi's statement, look at Farooq Abdullah's statement, and look at Fawad Chaudhry's tweet also, and the statement where he compared Modi with extremism. The similar lines he also used, the mosques are brought down. So that means that they are using a similar kind of a vocabulary, similar kind of a wording, similar tone. So who is trying to divide India? They are the one who are trying to divide India between Hindus and Muslims. Then why to blame BJP for each and everything?
Right,
unfortunate thing, the person who had...
Let's once again listen to that reaction. While speaking to you, he talks about how scared he is for his life in India, given the fear in the atmosphere created by the BJP.
असदुद्दीन ओवैसी की तरफ से एक स्टेटमेंट आया. उन्होंने स्टेटमेंट कहा आज मुसलमानों की हिंदुस्तान में हालत वही है जो ज्यूज की हालत थी हिटलर के दौर में. क्या आप एग्री करते हैं?
इसमें कोई शक नहीं है. डर है. आपने खुद देखा किस तरह लिंचिंग करते हैं. आपने खुद देखा किस तरह दाढ़ियां काटते हैं और फिर कहते हैं बोलो जय सिया राम. क्या राम इन्हीं का सिर्फ था? क्या राम भगवान जो है वो इन्हीं के थे? इनकी पुस्तकों में लिखा है वो तो विश्व के भगवान है. वो माने ना माने मगर विश्व के भगवान है.
क्या पहली बार आपको भी डर लग रहा है सर?
हाँ, मुझे डर लग रहा है. ईमानदारी से मुझे डर लग रहा है. इसमें कोई शक नहीं.
बीइंग अ मुस्लिम यू फील?
हाँ, आई फील दैट. डर लगता है.
क्या डर लगता है?
यही कि कहीं भी कोई गोली मार सकता है आपको, कोई भी आपको छुरा मार सकता है, कोई भी आपको डंडा मार सकता है और मार सकता है. इसमें कोई शक नहीं है मुझे.
What makes you feel it is because of this BJP government?
Yeah, because of what they have, the campaigns they are doing against Muslims, and they are dividing the nation. And the youth, the hatred in the youth is growing, and it will grow on both sides. Where are we going? कहाँ जा रहे हैं? क्या हमने अंदरूनी लड़ाइयाँ लड़नी है या भारत को बचाना है बाकियों से? ये मेरा डर है.
Pradeep continues to be with us on the broadcast. Towards the end, he says क्या हमें अंदरूनी लड़ाई लड़नी है या बाहर के लोगों से भारत को बचाना है? And then he says, that he is scared for his own life. Is that a contradiction? Is that, remaining in denial mode to not acknowledge the winds of change, especially when it comes to Jammu Kashmir?
See, they are deliberately closing their eyes and pretending to sleep, and that is really a dangerous thing, because everybody knows that how things have really changed in Jammu and Kashmir over the period of time, especially after abrogation of Article 370. Look at the situation on the ground. Talk to the people in Kashmir Valley. It's not what actually we are saying. People are saying that yes, they are feeling that kind of a change, and you can see the smile on the faces of the mothers. No more there are tears in their eyes, because no more they are losing their sons and near and dear ones to the Pak-sponsored gun culture, because no one will love to lose their son, and that is the biggest ever gift the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has given to the people of Kashmir Valley, where the majority of population is Muslims. But unfortunately, Farooq Abdullah is not ready to acknowledge all these things and the changes that have taken place. He is resorting to fear-mongering, trying to demonize Prime Minister Narendra Modi, portray Government of India in bad light, and this way they are only trying to provide handle to countries like Pakistan. That's one of the reasons that Fawad Chaudhry is trying to promote Rahul Gandhi and giving such kind of a statement where he is trying to compare Modi with extremism and saying the mosques are being brought down. Where had been mosques brought down? In fact, they have always tried to bring down encroachment. They are always tried to hit out an anti-national element. Surgical strike was conducted during that period. One can understand why that heartburn is being felt by Fawad Chaudhry, because it was during their government when the surgical strike was felt. But why the Farooq Abdullah is giving such a statement, one fails to understand, because he had been the one whose family had been enjoying power for so many years. It was Vajpayee's time when his son was the Minister of State for External Affairs. He had been the Union Minister. He had been Member of Parliament, and today he is campaigning in different parts. He is the one who had been seeking intervention of China. There was no sedition case against him. He said that there need to be an intervention of China after abrogation of Article 370.
Stay on with this. Kavinder Gupta joining us in the broadcast. Kavinder Gupta जी, फारूक अब्दुल्ला कह रहे हैं कि उनको भी डर लगता है। ओवैसी के बयान का समर्थन उन्होंने किया है कि आज मुसलमानों की हालत देश में वो है जो कि एक वक्त ज्यूज की हालत थी हिटलर के समय पर। वो कह रहे हैं कोई भी उनको गोली मार सकता है, छुरी मार सकता है, इस बात का डर है उन्हें आज भारत में।
देखिए, इनके ही प्रदेश में जहां ये मुख्यमंत्री थे, वहां हिंदुओं को किस हालत में 5 लाख लोगों को बेघर होना पड़ा, ये इनकी नीतियों का और इनकी सोच का परिणाम था। और एक बार भी इन्होंने कभी उस वक्त कश्मीरी पंडितों के लिए नहीं बोला। ये जाकर के लंदन में बैठ गए और वहां पर जाकर के एंजॉय करते रहे। कुल मिलाकर के ये कहना चाहिए कि हिंदुस्तान में अगर मोदी जी के राज में ये पहली बार हुआ है कि सभी को समान अधिकार, हम कॉमन सिविल कोड की बात करते हैं। इस देश में जब पाकिस्तान और हिंदुस्तान बने थे तो किस आधार पर बने थे, लेकिन उसके बावजूद अगर मुस्लिम समाज यहाँ पर रह रहा है और वर्ल्ड का कोई देश नहीं है जितनी संख्या यहाँ पर है, वो खुश हैं। लेकिन ये जानबूझ करके लोगों को गुमराह करके अपनी राजनीति दुकानदारी चलाते हैं, जो कि अब चलने वाली नहीं है।
फारूक अब्दुल्ला कुछ उदाहरण दे रहे हैं, कह रहे हैं कि लिंचिंग हुई है, लोगों को उनकी दाढ़ी काटनी पड़ी और जबरन जय श्री राम के नारे उनसे लगवाए गए। वो कह रहे हैं कि इन हालातों के मद्देनजर बीजेपी जिम्मेदार है और इस हालात के मद्देनजर उन्हें डर लगता है।
देखिए, लिंचिंग किस समाज द्वारा की जाती है और किस तरह से इसके सैकड़ों उदाहरण हम दे सकते हैं। ये आज का नहीं है, ये अभी भी वो ये जब तक ये मानसिकता दिमाग से नहीं निकालेंगे कि हम सब लोगों को कन्वर्ट किया गया है। ये पहले बाहर से आकर के जो हमलावर आए थे, उन्होंने इनको कन्वर्ट किया और इनका धर्म छीना। आज भी जब इनके खुशपूर्ण में होते हैं तो तब ये कहते हैं मेरे दादा का नाम ये नीलकंठ था, ये था, तब तो ये अलग बातें करते हैं।
कविंद्र गुप्ता जी, मैं आपसे गुजारिश करूंगी कि आप हमारे साथ बने रहिए। RSN सिंह भी हमारे साथ हैं। RSN सिंह, हाउ डू यू रिस्पॉन्ड टू दिस स्टेटमेंट ऑफ Farooq Abdullah that he is scared for his life in India?
No, he is playing to the gallery, typical, trying to create a typical, vote bank by, creating some kind of a communal divide. But on the contrary, I mean, he was the chief minister. The people of J&K have every reason to be apprehensive and fearful of, the Muftis and the Abdullahs. And you would recall that when the exodus of Hindus took place, he knew about it. Conveniently, this man went away on that particular day, just 48 hours before. So everything happened under his nose. And I'm inclined to believe that he very much knew about it, and it was with his tacit approval that whatever happened in the 90s. And thereafter, my question is that if you claim yourselves to be leader of the people, of the masses, couldn't you have prevented it? Couldn't you have, couldn't he have, prevailed upon his people thereafter, once this exodus has taken place, to live in harmony? Nothing of that sort happened.
Right, so you're saying it's ironic, quite ironic that today Farooq Abdullah talks about feeling scared for his life in India. Thank you, Arasan Singh and Kaminder Gupta, for joining us on the broadcast with your perspective. Thank you to Pradeep for getting us the input.